Open your book to page 399. Today's lesson is learn how to add and subtract fractions with the same denominator. So let's go to page 399 and let's go ahead and use some problems as an example. Okay, so let's go and start with number 1. So you got 7 over a plus 2 over a. So when you're adding fractions, first you need to do is make sure you have the common denominator. So when you have same denominator, you can go and add the numerator. So this would be equal to 9 over a. And you have to check, see if you can cancel to simplify. So this one cannot, so that's your answer. Okay, now let's go to number 3. You have 6 over x minus y minus 2 over x minus y. So again, first you need to check, see if you have a common denominator. In this case, yes, so you can go and subtract. So 6 minus 2 will give you 4 over x minus y. And you check, see if you can factor and cancel. Cannot, so that's your answer. Okay, so let's go to number 7. So you got 2y over y plus 1 plus 2 over y plus 1. So you can first check, make sure you have a common denominator. So yes, they have a common denominator, so you can go and add. So this one you can add together, so you're going to get 2y plus 2 over y plus 1. And again, you have to check, see if you can factor to cancel. So you got 2y plus 2. This one you can factor out the 2 from the top. And so you can see you got y plus 1, and this is everything. So this is like a group. So y plus 1 and y plus 1 will cancel out. Okay, again, when you have to cancel out the whole thing. So answer would be 2. Okay, now let's go to 19. Number 19, you have 9 plus 7x over 7x minus 9 minus 3x minus 2 over 7x minus 9. So again, first check, see if you have the common denominator. So yes, so you can go and subtract, but you have to be careful with the subtraction. You have to watch the signs. So when you need to do is you have to go and change signs. So you're going to get 9 plus 7x. So this one you're going to get minus 3x. And this one over here becomes plus 2. So watch the sign. See, the minus, negative becomes plus. So you need to do one more step by changing the signs. Then after that, you can go and combine the like terms. So 7x and 3x, minus 3x give you 4x. And 9 and 2 give you 11. And you check, see if you can factor. Cannot, so this is it. Okay, now let's go to number 21. You have negative x over x minus 2 minus 2 over 2 minus x. So notice right now the denominators are different. So you need to make them the same first. So to make them the same, notice these are the reverse of each other. So again, we noticed before, you need to use a negative to switch the subtraction. So use a negative to switch the subtraction. So when you use a negative to switch the subtraction, it becomes plus. So this becomes negative 2, and this becomes plus x. Right? Negative, over here, this negative becomes positive, and you write it in the correct order. Right? So use the negative to switch the subtraction. So now you have the common denominator. Now you can go and add. So you're going to get negative x plus 2 over x minus 2. Okay, then next what you need to do is you need to go and factor out the negative 1. Again, you don't want to start with a negative. So go and factor out the negative 1 from the front. So this becomes x minus 2 over x minus 2. And then this can cancel out. So your final answer is negative 1. Okay, so again, first you need to make sure you have common denominator. Then you can go and add or subtract. After you're done, you have to check your factoring to cancel. Okay, so let's go to 23. you got negative 15w over 1 minus 5w minus 3 over 5w minus 1. So again, right now they are different. So you need to make them the same. Again, the way to make them the same is use a negative to switch the subtraction. So this one has negative over here. So I'm going to use this negative to switch the subtraction on the bottom. You can remember what I said, right? The negative can go on top, in the middle, or the bottom. So this one I'm going to move it to the bottom to change the subtraction. So I get 15w. So I'm using this negative to switch this subtraction, so it becomes 5w minus 1. So now it's the same, so I can leave the next one alone. Okay. So again, I use this negative to switch this subtraction on the bottom. That's how I get these. So now I'm going to subtract this. So I get 15w minus 3 over 5w minus 1. So after you're done, you have to do the factoring to check, see if it can cancel. So this one you can factor out the 3. So you get 5w minus 1 over 5w minus 1. Okay, so again, this whole thing is like a group, so it's okay to cancel out the whole thing. So your answer would be 3. Okay, so let's go to number 25. You have 7z over 8z minus 4 plus 6 minus 5z over 4 minus 8z. So over here you have 8z minus 4. Over here you got 4 minus 8z. So these are reversed. So you need to go and switch this one so you get common denominator. Okay, so you got 7z over 8z minus 4. So you have to recognize that the addition is made out of two negatives. So just like when you have a plus, right? A plus sign is made out of two negatives, right? Okay, so plus made out of two negatives. So I'm going to break this down into two negatives. So I keep one negative and use one of the negative to switch the subtraction here. So again, this one is made out of two, think of it two sticks, right? So I use one of these to switch the subtraction, and I keep one of them. Okay, so that's what I get. So now I have common denominator. Now I can go and subtract. So I get 7z minus 6, and this becomes plus 5z, right? Minus negative is plus. So now I'm going to combine the like terms. So I get 12z minus 6 over 8z minus 4. So now I'm going to do the factoring. Again, you have to check, you have to factor to check. So on the top, I can factor out the 6. So I get z minus 2. On the bottom, I can factor out the 4. So I get 2z minus 1. This is reversed. Factor out the 6, I get 2z minus 1. On the bottom, factor out the 4, I get 2z minus 1. So now I can go and cancel things out. So this cancel with this. And 6 and 4, I can divide by 3. Divide by 2, so I get, divide by 2, I get 3. Divide by 2, I get 2. So answer would be 3 over 2. Okay. Again, sum up what we're talking about. First, you need to make it into common denominator. Okay. In this case, you use a negative to switch. And then after that, you go and change the sign because of subtraction. And then you combine the like terms. So once you've done your addition or subtraction, you need to do factoring to cancel out. Okay, let's go to number 27. Okay, so notice again the denominators are different, so they are reversed. So I need to switch one of them. Okay, normally I want to switch this one, okay, but there's no negative for me to switch. There's no negative over here for me to switch this one. So I'm going to switch this one instead because there's a negative over here. So I'm going to use this negative to switch. So the negative is gone, so it becomes plus again. So this becomes 12 minus ax. Okay, so I can use the negative to switch this over here so they will become the same. So now I can go and add this together. Now this is addition, so you don't have to change sign, so you can just go and add already. So the numbers and numbers, so 31 and 5 will give me 36. Negative ax and negative 16x will be negative 24x. So the next step is going to do the factoring. So I can factor out the 12 from the top, so I get 3 minus 2x. The bottom, I can factor out the 4, so I get 3 minus 2x. And so both these are same, so they can cancel out. And this one you can reduce, you can divide by 3. So divide by, so actually you can just look, right? 12 divided by 4 is 3. So that's your answer. Okay. Okay, so let's go and do some practice.